Hi, Michelle here from My Kids Time. Sorry we've had a bit of a break, but I'm back now with just some craft projects for you. Today I am going to show you how to make a fun pom-pom out of wool and cardboard. It's a great activity for kids of all ages, so from toddlers right up to teens. You can create the pom-pom. They can be put onto hats or scarves as a decoration, or you can add googly eyes and make a whole pom-pom family. It's really easy to do, and to get started what you need is some cardboard, and you cut the cardboard into circles. Just cut a piece out, make sure they're the same size. So you have a large, you draw a large circle on your cardboard to begin with, and then a smaller circle in the center, and just cut around the outside and then cut the hole out in the middle. You will need two the same size. As you can see, it's not an exact science here, but anyway, it should work okay. So you put the two pieces of cardboard together, just like this, and then you will also need a ball of wool. You won't obviously be able to fit the whole ball of wool through a circle, or through the hole in the middle. So the easiest thing is to cut off a length. And once you have that, you should, just to make it easier and not knot, just put it round your finger like this, just to create a mini ball that is easy for your child to manage, or you to manage if it's you who's making the pom-pom. So you will need longer piece of wool than this, but don't worry, you can always add more wool to your length just by knotting it on as you work your way through the pom-pom if you feel you need more. So what I usually do then is I insert the wool through the hole, and I tie it onto the pom-pom, onto the pieces of cardboard, sorry. Just double knot it to make sure that it stays in place, and you just pull it down to the front so that the knot, because you're actually going to cut along the top here to create the pom-pom, so just make sure that the knot is along the inside of the cardboard instead of on top. Okay, and then you simply start to put together your pom-pom by pushing your wool through and pulling it just like this. So you are just going around the outside of the circle. You can push your wool together as you keep going, and you continue to do this until you can see it's starting to just come together on top. You keep it fairly tight together, because what you're trying to do is cover all of the cardboard. So you keep pushing the wool through in circles like this, and I actually made one earlier so that you wouldn't have to watch me doing this for half an hour. So what I've done is, this is one that I have used, I've put the wool through. So what I decided to do was, instead of just using one wool, I started with the navy wool and then I added pink on top. So you can, the wider the band on the outside, the bigger your pom-pom's going to be. Your hole in the center should be quite small, but enough to be able to pass the wool through. And you can add as much wool as you want, depending on the denseness you want your pom-pom to be. So I've almost finished threading my wool through here. I hope you can see that okay, the pink wool. Just move over. So I'm just going to put the last few bits through. And then I will just, what I usually do is just tuck the wool in under the strands to just keep it in place, just that final piece, just to keep it in place. I'll show you when I finished now. Sorry, it's awkward to try and do it backwards, but that's should be it now. Okay, so that has gone through now, and that should keep in place. So the next thing you do to complete the pom-pom is you separate the wool slightly at the top, just ever so slightly. Okay, here, just you can see. And you find, you take a pair of scissors, and where you've separated the wool, you find the center of the two circles and you start to cut. around the wool that's gone over the top. So you're actually cutting through the wool on top. I'll just show you here what I mean. So what you're doing, this is the one I've started, is you're cutting all of these strands on top, but you're doing it through the center of the cardboard. Okay, so you cut through the whole way around. Using the center as a guide. Just be gentle to make sure that your pom-pom doesn't fall apart at this stage. With younger children, you'll probably need to help them with this part of the process, and it does help if you have a sharp scissors, which mine isn't really great. So you continue to cut through the wool until you have it all sliced. Okay, so your pom-pom now looks like this. And then to create the actual pom-pom, you take another piece of wool and you put it through the center of the two cardboard pieces. I hope you can see what I'm doing there. So you thread it through the two cardboard pieces, and you tie a knot in it. Really tightly. Okay, and just you can, sometimes I just double the thread around just to make sure that it's really secure, and tie a second knot. Okay, now just another one just to be extra certain that's kept. Okay, and once you've done that, you can see that the pom-pom, you've created the pom-pom. So you just remove your two cardboard pieces gently. So you take it off one side and then just remove it from the other side. And then you are left with a cool pom-pom. Okay. So that's just one that's really easy to do. You can get in haberdashery shops and knitting shops, you can get a piece of equipment. It's plastic and it allows you to easily thread it through. But this is just a DIY project if you wanted to do it at home and had some spare wool or leftover wool from a project you might have done with the kids already. You can leave it in one colour, or you can do what I've done and add different colours into it. I then, once I made my pom-pom, you can add it to the top of a hat. This was a really simple hat that I knitted for my daughter. I just knitted it straight and then sewed it up the side and just made a pom-pom for the top of it. And you can also add googly eyes to your pom-pom to create little pom-pom animals, and you could have a whole family if you wanted to. So it's just a really easy and fun craft project that uses up leftover wool and is, you know, can be done in half an hour. So I hope I've inspired you to create your own pom-poms or make a pom-pom family. I'll put up some links to other fun craft projects for kids. I have some for spring crafts for 8 to 12-year-olds, and I'll add the link again for my fun knitting projects, which was 6 really easy projects to get kids started knitting. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all again on Thursday for Ask My Kids Time, and if you have any questions at all that you'd like our help with, please do send them in to us, either through the contact form on the website, or you can add it into the comments section on this post, and we'll do our best to answer it. Or indeed, if you've any craft projects that you'd like to see or fun recipes you'd like to see, send them on to us and we'll try our best to do them for you. Have a lovely Tuesday and chat to you all soon. Take care. Bye.